Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the class. So we are in the chapter. What is the number of chapter? Yes, it is 3. We are in the 3rd chapter, and I hope you people are given answer for the exercise of chapter number 1 and 2. And who are not got a textbook, better to get a textbook now. Do not make a late in getting up a textbook. If you get a textbook, it will be easy for you people to get a questions from the textbook and to write answer from there. And you will be having a concept in the textbook so that you can read and you can understand. Wait. So get your textbook first, then we can go for, means it will be easy for you people to answer for that. Then we are discussing 3rd chapter. What is the name of 3rd chapter? Yeah, motions of the earth. Motions. What do you mean by motions? What do you mean by motions? Motion, yes, it's a movement. Motions is nothing but a movement. And earth does 2 movements. What are those? Yes, one is a rotation. It rotates, it revolves around itself. It's a one rotation. Then another one movement is about the movement around the sun. What do you call for that movement around the sun? With the name? Yes, it's a revolution. So the earth, when it turns around itself, it's called as rotation. Bhumi tana sutta suttadna enanta karitive? Rotation anta karitive. Ade bhumi tana sutta suttukondu Surya sutta suttadna enanta karitive? Revolution anta karitive. So in the last class we discussed rotation. How many hours it takes does earth take to complete one rotation around itself? Yes, 24 hours. It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Now what is axis? What is axis? Yes, axis is an imaginary line, as like a latitude and longitude, as we discussed in the last class. As like that, axis is also the imaginary line. It's an imaginary line which passes from North Pole to South Pole. So in this imaginary line, the earth rotates in this or on this imaginary line, earth rotates itself. Then only one face of earth gets the sunlight. The other face of earth will remain dark. Why? Why it is so? Suppose we have a sun here and earth here. Only one face or half of earth gets the sunlight. Another half of earth it will be under dark. What is the reason? Why? Because you people know answer, but you don't know how to say, how to express that. So it's because of the earth, it's in a geoid shape, it's in a spherical shape. So the sunlight cannot fall in every places because it is in a geoid shape. That is the main reason. So what is that line which divides the day and night as a separate? What is that line called? Or you can say it is a circle, because it's a continuation. It's not. If you start to draw from one side, it will be get end in the same place after one rotation. Is it not? It's called as a circle. So what is the name of a circle? Yes, circle of illumination. We call it as a circle of illumination that separates day and night. And is this circle of illumination it's similar to this axis? No. Why? Because axis, it's an imaginary line which drawn from north to south. It is tilted 23.5 degrees, so that creates 66 degree angle. That creates a 66 degree angle we discussed in the last class, isn't it? So this axis that tilted towards 23 degree, and the circle of illumination is straight because the sunlight that falls directly, it won't turn and it won't get it won't take any diversions. It won't turn, isn't it? It directly falls on any object. So that reason it will be exactly a straight angle, the circle of illumination. So it is not parallel to this axis. Parallel means the same equal lines. So that's about one concept. We are in the second important concept. It is revolution. Right now, first we have two concepts to discuss in this chapter. One is the rotation, another one revolution. So because the earth has only two movements, it does rotate and it does revolution around us. So we discuss the rotation and we are in the revolution. So what do you mean by revolution? Did you write? Okay, the revolution. Suppose it's a sun and earth, it revolving around it, means it's moving itself, it's called as a rotation. So along with that, when it moves around the sun, it's called as a revolution. The movement of earth around the sun. Movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. As we discussed in the rotation, earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Then how many days it takes to complete one rotation or one movement around the sun? How many days it takes? So you have to understand about this revolution. The movement of earth around the sun is revolution. It's very simple. So it takes, the earth takes 365 and 1/4 days to complete one round around the sun. It takes 365 days. 365 and 1/4. Movement of earth around the sun is called as revolution. So here, what is the name of month which has very less days in it? What is that? February. Then around average we have 6 to 5 months which has 35 days in it, and around 5 to 6 months which has 30 days in it, except the February. February it has 28. So did you see or did you notice in the calendar about the February is like a February when it is having 29. So have you seen did you ever see that 29th day of February in your calendar? Did you see that? When? Every year and every day. Then, so you will get a 29th date in the February in the calendar, and usually you will get that only once in a 4 years. Only once in a 4 years it will be get. Means you will get 29th day. Here every year the 6 hours will be saved. 6 hours from this 1 year, 6 hours will be saved. And 6 into 4, 24. Means 24 hours means 1 day. So then you will be having 366 days in a 1 year. After 4 years, we will be having 360 days in 1 year. So that one extra day will be included in a February. So it's 1 year, in bracket you can write it's a 1 year. Then Earth takes 366 days to complete one round. One round means 1 year. around the sun in every 4 years. Once in every 4 years. So this extra one day will be added to February. So wait. So we'll write that point, same point of course. Here, when Earth takes 366 days to complete a one round or one revolution around the sun, it's called as a leap year. So you'll get every means in every 4 years you'll be having a leap years. So this is called as leap year. In every 4 years you will get a leap year. That means we will have 366 days in a 1 year. Once in a 4 years. Huh? Okay, you can continue that point in the next. You can add that. Huh? Is it over? Have you written? Okay. Then extra 1 day will be added in February. When this extra 1 day will be added to the February? When it is added? Yes, once in a 4 years. That means the year will be called with the term leap year. So in every leap year, February will be added with the 1 more days, means 29th days. Is that all? So here is the sun we have, and you know about the earth. When earth rotates itself, it's called as rotation, and when it moves around the sun, it's called as revolution. So what we call for this path? What is this path actually? What we call for this path? We have a particular term for this. What we call for this? Dari, way, path. What is that? Orbit. Yes, good. We call it as an orbit. So what is that plane which is created by this orbit called as? What is that? Yes, orbital plane. So this means Earth, which moves around the sun in its own orbit. Sorry, the Earth which moves around the sun in its own orbit. Is it in a circle? What is this? Wait for it. Here, this orbital path, is it in a circle? The orbital path? Wait. So, we know that this Earth, which moves around the sun, the path is called as orbit, and the plane created by this movement or orbit is called as orbital plane. So is this moves around the sun in a circular way? Is that move around in a circle? Otherwise, in the what is the shape of this orbit? Is that a circle? No, it's not a circle actually. So we call it an elliptical order. So here our Earth, which rotates around the sun, it's not like this. Suppose it's the sun, so it's not exactly like this. It's actually like egg. It's in the shape of this. So you know that it's not egg. So it's the shape of that. We call it as a elliptical order. So we have many names like oval shape. We know about that in the maths. We might be discussed about that. So it's called as elliptical order. So that moves around the sun. The move Earth that move around the sun in an elliptical order. Earth move around the sun in an elliptical order. It's not in the circle, it's in elliptical order. Is that clear? So, in the beginning of a class, I asked you one question. What causes for seasons, different seasons on the earth? That means what is the reason for having different seasons on the earth's surface? What is the main reason to have experiencing different seasons? Now for the 4 months we will be having a rainy season. After 4 months, for 1.5 months we will be having spring. Then afterwards for 3 months we will be having a winter. Then afterwards for 3-4 months we will be having summer. Isn't it? So after 3 and 4 months we will be experiencing different seasons. What is the main reason? How does it cause? What is the main cause for this? What is the main reason for this? Yes, good answer. Revolution, because of movement of earth causes, because of the movement of earth around the sun, that causes for different season on the earth's surface. The reason for prevailing the different seasons on earth is because of revolution of the earth around the sun. You know, revolution of the earth around the sun antane namaga artha agutte. This note, there is no need of writing revolution of earth around the sun again. It's not. So it's waste of time. So here we are having a different season on earth because of the revolution of earth. Is that all? Is that all? Here we have sun and our earth that move around the sun in elliptical order. The shape of our orbit is oval, otherwise like 30. Here, when our earth place near of a sun is called as perihelion. So like with the terms we call, when our earth is near to the sun, it's called as perihelion. When it goes away from the earth, sun, when the earth goes away from the sun, is called as aphelion. So these are the two important terms what we use. Is that over? Did you write? Okay. For 2 times in a year, we will be near to the sun. Then 2 times in a year, we will be away from the sun. So that is called as aphelion and perihelion. Perihelion means, so earth when earth placed at nearest to the sun is called as perihelion. Then aphelion when earth so farthest to the sun is called as aphelion. So twice in a year we face means we will be placed near of a sun, and twice in a year we placed away from the sun. So this is called with the different terms. Is that all? Is that all? Good. Now we have 2 important terms or topics to discuss in this revolution. Let's go as solstice. Here we have a sun. It's an orbit, it's an elliptical order. Here we have Earth. Our Earth is tilted towards 23.5 degrees towards east. It's northern pole, southern pole, and we have equator there. And here it revolves around the sun in the same position. It will be tilted towards east completely throughout the life of Earth. It will be tilted there. It's tilted. So, how many Earth we have? How many Earth? Yes, we have 4 Earth, the solar system. And which one is ours? This one, this one. This, how do you say it is ours in among these 4? All are ours. So we have 4 Earth. And in which one of these we are living? On which one of these we are living now? This one. This. How do you say it is this? This one. This. How do you say it is this? How do you say we are living in this? Or like Earth which is portioned there. How? So we have how many Earth? How many Earths we have? We have 4 Earth. So Earth number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we are in the Earth number 1, isn't it? No, we have 1 Earth, only 1 Earth. So it's our position. It's a 1 Earth. So it's our position. We are discussing just about the position. Here Earth that place our position in this position, or that will be placed in this position on 21st March. 21st March then in the 21st June our Earth will be here, and we will be here. We will be on the Earth's surface on 21st March. Same along with the Earth will come here. So by that time the Earth will not be there. Is it will be the same in the same place? No, it's just picture here. Here, the 23 September, 22nd December. So on 22nd December, our Earth will be there, and 23rd September, our Earth will be here. So here, on these 2 days, on these 2 days, 21st March and 23rd September, we experience equal day and equal night. Why? Why it's so like? We experience equal day and equal night. Why? So here, suppose here Earth we have, the Sun, and Earth there in that position, and it is somewhat tilted, and we have northern pole, southern pole, and Sun, it's boiling, is it not? Here, suppose we have Sun here, it's a cap, black color cap, it's the Sun, suppose. So now, which portion is receiving direct sunlight? Which portion is receiving direct sunlight? In our this, it's equator and the pole. Which one? Which position or which place will receive the direct sunlight? Yes, always this equator that receives a direct sunlight, because our Earth in a geoid shape, it's in a spherical shape. That's the reason this position, like this areas which is bulged out, that receives a direct sunlight. So these areas will receive slant sunlight, is it not? So here we receive a direct sunlight in this equator in these 2 days. But here Earth positioned in the same direction, and we have Sun here, means Earth from there to here it has moved. So which position or which place or which area, which region receives direct sunlight? And among this, yes, this both, along with the temperate zone. So here we have torrid zone, is not, and here we have temperate zone. So along with the torrid and temperate zone, it receives direct sunlight here, is not. So that reason we experience summer, we feel summer. In this way mainly, in the June, before that here, when it comes from the March towards June, there in this position, we feel very hot during the summer. So because of this reason, it will be turned towards the sun, the northern portion. Then Indians, we feel very hot temperature. Why? What is the reason? What is the reason? As I told, this sun, the earth will be tilted towards the eastern direction, 23 degree, it will be tilted towards the east. So when it moves towards western direction, like a June, and here in between that we experience a summer. Indians, not only Indians, like Asia and North America and Africa, European people, we experience a summer. Except the South America and Australia, we experience a summer over here. Why? What is the reason? What is the main reason? So because most of the landmass are lying in a northern part of globe. Here we have Asia, Europe, and here we have North America, and here we have America and Australia, is it not? South America and Australia and Africa, is it not? So here, most of the landmass that lies in the northern hemisphere. In between this March and June, in between the March and June, these areas, this northern part of a globe, that will be tilted towards the sun. That means that receives a direct sunlight. This area that receives a direct sunlight. So because we feel high temperature, so it's a summer for us and winter for Australia. So exactly when it goes opposite, in the same position, it don't turn like this. So it will be in the same position and it moves towards this opposite direction of this zone. It's a December. In this time, what we feel? What we feel? We feel cold, is it not? Because why do we feel cold in this time? What is the main reason? Yeah, why do you feel very hot? Summer. Why do you feel very hot? Because yes, direct sunlight which falls on the day. So that reason we feel very hot. Here, why do you feel cold? It's a winter season for us in this time. Why? Yes, the sunlight that falls slant, that directly you don't get sunlight there. So this southern part of the hemisphere, otherwise south hemisphere, that receives a direct sunlight. But northern hemisphere we don't receive rainfall. The sunlight directly. So that is the reason we feel we don't feel very hot. So it's a summer for us and winter for which continent or which country? It's a winter, is it not? On this time or on this month, they feel a winter. It's a winter season for them. To which country or continent? Yes, for Australia it will be summer for them. Australia it will be summer for them, and it will be winter for the remaining other important continents, like for India, example India. For Indians it will be winter. For Australians it will be summer. But now here in the 21st June, it's a summer for Indians, and for Australians it's a winter. Why? Because they don't get sunlight directly. It's not. Means the sunlight will not fall directly on the land of Australia. So they feel winter, and the cold, it's a winter for them. Here the night will be longer than the day for the Australians. It's ulta for us. Here for us the day will be longer than the night, but them the night will be longer than the day. Here exactly ulta. For us, long night and the short day. For them, means like Australians, long day and short night. Is that clear? Did you understand? Is it visible? There, the video. Summer solstice. On 21st June, Northern Hemisphere receives direct sunlight because Earth tilted towards east. So the people who are there in northern hemisphere, they experiences long day. Northern hemisphere experiences long day and short night. Then here northern pole, this northern pole is completely exposed to sun. So here for a 6 month northern pole receives direct sunlight, and for the 6 month they experiences day, they don't have night. They will be not having a night for a 6 month in northern part, means in northern pole. At the same time, in the southern pole, it will be completely night for them for a 6 month. For 6 months, it will be night, because for a 6 month from year to year, for a 6 month, this south pole will not be facing towards the sun because it's tilted. The pole, suppose it's southern pole, northern pole, it's tilted like this, and my face is sun. So this, I cannot see this, because since that it will be very darker, then always I can see this northern pole. So it's always will be under light, that means a day for a 6 month. Then when it goes towards this, means east direction, southern pole will be receiving the sunlight for the 6 month, and northern pole will not receive sunlight. It's a vice versa. After 6 months, the southern pole will be receiving sunlight because it will be facing towards the sun. Northern pole will not be facing towards the sun. So for the 6 months, it won't receive the sunlight, and at the same time, the southern pole will be receiving the sunlight. Is that clear? North pole receives sunlight for 6 months because it's facing towards the sun continuously. Continuously it will be receiving the sunlight continuously because there is no night for it. Every time, every day, every second they can see the sun, but it will be very slight and low. Have understood about this summer solstice? Yes. So in this both days, like 21st June and 22nd December, both the days we will be having a different means like a fall of sunlight on the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. It's about summer solstice, and we have a little more to write about this summer solstice, and we have to discuss about the winter solstice. We will discuss about that in the next class, about winter solstice and equinox. Is that clear? Did you understand about this? Yes. Okay.